and gentlemen.
In our modern world, everywhere we look, we see the influence science has upon our daily lives. Discoveries that were miracles a few short years ago are accepted as commonplace today. Many of the things that seem impossible now will become realities tomorrow.
Before starting the experiment on the incandescent electric light system, many memorandums were drawn up as to a general system that would permit of the subdivision of the light into small units analogous to gas jets and with commercial economy superior to the prevailing gas system.
It was so exciting because it was like we thought we were doing the things for the first time they'd ever been done. Back in those days, you had to scrounge all the components you could for as free or as cheap as you could, and there's probably under $200 total that ever went into buying a few parts at the local electronics store. I hand-wired the entire bottom, soldered it all together personally because there was no way to afford a technician, and that was an Apple I, the first Apple I computer ever. The case, we didn't deliver them in a case. It was sort of like everyone you had to customize yourself, so a friend's father built the case. What I was doing around that time was not even thinking about what are the right steps to take to have a very large, successful company or a large, successful product. It was just, I had been working my whole life to build a certain type of computer for myself, and I just built the best one that was doable in that day with the particular components available, etc. And in that sense, it wasn't like an intelligence that can lead you towards the right path. It was just being very free. I had the freedom because I was only doing it for myself.
So we looked at this and studied all these, and that's where we want to be. That is where we want to be. And we are introducing a product today that takes us exactly there, and that product is called iPod. iMac, iBook, iPod.
The point is we got it going without any advertising, entirely on the basis that it worked better. So people who bought it, were brave enough to buy it and who took it home, then told other people about it and said, you know, I bought this thing, I never heard of Dyson before, but I bought this strange-looking machine, and it's brilliant, you know, it cleaned my house like I never had it cleaned before. So luckily people went around saying that, and that's how the sales grew, and that's how we became successful.
Our mission is simple. Solve the obvious problems, whatever it takes. You put your hands under the dryer, rub them a bit, then give up and wipe your hands on your trousers. We all do this. Now, we were experimenting with something called air blade technology, and it dawned on me that this would be brilliant for drying hands.
I believe a practical passenger rocket could be built and tested within 10 years.
They take major revolutions in science and in technology, and they transform them into objects that we can really use and that can really be part of our lives. So revolutions become normalcy. There are many issues today that are crucial, and there are many technological and scientific responses for these issues that are just waiting for designers to come into play.
Everything, dish drainer, suitcases, vibrator, shoes, interiors, sneakers, actually, binoculars, luggage, torch, taps, tables, numerous tables, mobile telephones, chairs, of course.
And in a way, maybe in the future, we will be lucky to own a car and run a car. Maybe there are systems in place which don't allow us to have a car, and if there's no public services in place, let's think about the car in a different way.
We've got those great technical people that can solve a problem, that will at least work on a problem very hard. But you got to know what problem to solve.
Sometimes you need some sort of meteor to come in from outer space and just blow things up so that you look at it very, very differently.
For me, it's design. You know, that's what design is. It's the same métier, you know, it's the same skill that you apply to all of these things.